Yeah, that's what it sounds like when it just feels like I'm beating myself up. And it's time for another unbuckled bumpy ride with your guide, the stark raving lunatic himself. I'm Jim. Let's jump right in again. Welcome to my podcast based on my brand new book, available on Amazon, Live Life Lean, L-E.A.N. It's a year-long guide to gratitude and our daily grind. The book that combines some timeless wisdom from a whole lot of the world's wiser people with the reflections, reactions, and wisecracks of the guide's author, me. And it guides you, the reader, through the simplest system for a happy, healthy, authentic, and genuinely grateful everyday experience. I urge you to get the book. Of course I do. I wrote it. It's either at Amazon or at my website, ampurage.com. A-M-M-P-U-R-A-G-E. But even without it, let's make next week better than last, our next year better than the past, and get started now with today's episode of... Take a deep breath here. This one's different. I think a person's favorite movie or movie story says a whole lot about them. So what's your favorite movie or movie story? Okay, hold that thought. My turn. It's all about me. My favorite is Rocky II. Not because he wins the title, but because he finds his reason for being beyond what he'd always thought. Mark Twain said that the two most important days in your life are the day that you were born and the day that you find out why. In Rocky's life, before a certain scene in the hospital, he was just a fighter because, what else can I do? But a pregnancy and a pet store perpetuated into motion a change to something much bigger and unexpected. Okay, spoiler alert here. Rocky's wife, Adrian, in this movie, was working in a pet store. She went into labor, almost lost the baby. Baby was born. Rocky almost lost Adrian in the process, who lapsed into a coma. Okay, I know I'm not killing this for anybody because the movie's like 40 plus years old. If you haven't seen it, that's on you. Anyways, in the movie, after staying with his wife, Adrian, through her postpartum coma, he'd sit there by her side reading stories to her as she just laid unconscious. And he was faithfully and hopefully not leaving her side until she awoke. He was willing that whole time, out of love for her, to give up his fighter's identity, only to find out once she came to that, what she wanted most for him was not to give it up, but to live up to it fully and do just one thing for her. Win. Win, she said. Okay, give me a second here. All right, let me collect myself because when I think about this, I still get choked up. Hey, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Live with it. Rocky knew then that it wasn't just that he was a fighter, but that he was a warrior who just needed to find his cause to fight for. It had to be something bigger, though. It had to be something bigger than just for him. And with Adrian's full and unfiltered faith, unwavering in him, he found it. I'm a lucky man. I have my Adrian, my wife Caroline. And you know what? It's her support that has both brought out the best in me at times and at times the beast in me. But it has never stopped continuing to convict me that I will not quit. I will not stop until I have done all that I can to help others unlock their most powerful, God-given strength. What is that? That's embracing their instinct to ask, to inquire, to say, I don't know. To ask the question, what does this mean to me, this circumstance? To ask the question, honestly, is what I'm selling of myself pure and true? To ask the question of themselves, am I sold out? 100% all in on me? See, my life's work is not about telling people how to act. It's about teaching people how to ask. Not what to think, but how to think, which is something that we all get lazy on. It is human nature to follow the path of least resistance, and oftentimes that path is simply just doing the same thing and not stopping to ask, should I be doing this? Is it true? For me, there's no better purpose than to teach and to learn myself how to ask better questions. My life's had some pretty big ups and some pretty big downs and some turnarounds, like yours too, I'm absolutely sure. I mean, I've had mind-racing anxiety attacks, all the way to a fully broken heart that literally felt physically ripped to shreds. If you've ever experienced that, you know what I'm talking about. I've gone through trembling, paralyzing exhaustion, self-induced, all right, self-imposed. And I've experienced more life-threatening and, unfortunately, in some cases, ending cancer around me in the people I care about than I knew was even possible. The thing that tugs at me every day is the awareness that our greatest power lays not in what we know, but in acting our instinct to ask because we don't know, or we're willing to take that chance. To not be afraid to admit that we don't know to the one person who is always the one expecting us to know, ourselves. And that's the real reason behind this book, Live Life Lean. So why this book, Live Life Lean? Because it's how we all were born and built to experience feeling great about our existing, and why exist without the right to try and feel great about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Why me to author it? Why not me? I mean it. Why not? What about you? So what's been poking and prodding and pulling at you to participate in it? Different than what you used to think was all you could do because you was just a fighter. Who or what's calling you out? Because they see the winner in you that you have secretly been wondering about. Now ask yourself, why not you? Why don't you do one thing for me? Are you listening? Closely? Come here. Closer. I want you to do one thing. Win. Win. Your grateful world awaits you. I'll see you out there. And now, wise words of wisdom to wow your socks off from the Live Life Lean Guide itself. Entry number 137. The two most important days in your life are the day that you're born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain. In the guide's point of view? And hopefully, you figure out that why in this life, not the afterlife. What do you think about that? Look around your world. What have you learned that's something new to you? What have you gotten the opportunity to, or you're working on hard to earn that's not just given to you? Where can you do one simple thing to add to somebody else's world? And from that perspective, where can you navigate next? Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying your copy of the Live Life Lean, L-E.A.N guide. Enjoying it almost as much as I did creating it. And if you don't have a copy yet, go on over to amperage.com or Amazon and get started today experiencing the amazing power of knowing every day is literally yours to be grateful about. And you need never feel unfulfilled again. I'm Jim Hall. And until next time, good health, God bless. And now, go get a little dirty learning something new. Earning what's not given to you. Adding to this crazy world that we share. And navigating your way to something new and next.